Here's another tweet from Michelle. I will certainly and gladly take the call. Now, Dan Rafael, I don't know why. If you look at that, it looks like he says seems unlikely to happen. I think this can happen. Now, let me get to the Al Heyman part because a lot of people, I did a video on this. Beterbiev signed a pact with Al Heyman, and he just fought on PBC. So a lot of people have questions on, oh no, what? How can he do that? How can a PBC fighter fight on HBO? Now, again, as far as I know, Carl Frampton, and also Artur Beterbiev, they're in a little bit more lenient and unique situations because they have an agreement slash a pact versus their actual Al Heyman fighters. Like, I believe they have representation from their regions where they're from. Like Carl Frampton has UK representation, and it's almost like a collaborative effort, like a joint effort, like a partnership versus a guy like Keith Thurman. That's an Al Heyman fighter. Keith Thurman is not being managed or advised by anybody else, right? Sean Porter not being advised by anybody else. But a lot of these other guys from other regions, like the Framptons and Artur Beterbievs, they do have representation beforehand. It's similar to Rigondeaux is with Caribe Promotions, but he also worked with Top Rank for a couple of fights or whatever and was fighting because Caribe Promotions isn't going to give Rigondeaux the global type of exposure. It's not as much a powerhouse as Top Rank. So again, based on that, even though he's with Al Heyman, it's more of a partnership. And they said, I mean, Von Michel is saying it can work. So if they're saying that, then I think it can work. And again, it's a little bit different than Adonis Stevenson, who to my knowledge is purely advised by Al Heyman. He doesn't have like Haitian or Canadian representation. He's just exclusive to Al Heyman versus you got the guys like Frampton and Beterbiev. They have promotional packs. So I think Beterbiev would be. Now, again, this is where it could get gray and complex, is Al Heyman still is an advisor for Beterbiev. So if he doesn't like the fight and he doesn't think it's a good idea for some reason, or he has other plans for him, then that could be conflicting. But I'm talking about on paper, can it happen? And is it easy to happen? So, I mean, realistically, all this Cold War junk is ridiculous. And if they made Pacquiao and Mayweather after years of battering each other in the media and public debates from Arum and Freddie Roach and Mayweather and Floyd Sr., all these guys slandering each other in the media, dragging the other person's name, their rival's name through the mud, if they can make that fight after that long, all these other promoters can get it together, period. You know what I'm saying? There's no excuse. They can make Kovalev and Adonis Stevenson. I don't care if it's Duva and Al Heyman. There has to be a way that they can come together. And again, Mayweather Pacquiao are global, like iconic, like number 1 and 2 guys in the sport. You know what I'm saying? So all these other fights, they don't really, I'm not gonna. They're more expendable. You know what I'm saying? Not expendable like they're not good fighters. I don't mean that. But what I mean by it is if you're gonna risk your top dog, your top earner, and put him in a fight with Pacquiao, or put your top cash cow like Top Rank, you know what I mean, a guy who's generated tons of money for Top Rank like Pacquiao, and put him in there with Mayweather, then these other guys aren't even at that level. Kovalev is a hell of a fighter, but he's not at that level of superstardom. So realistically, what I'm trying to say is these fights can and should happen if these promoters and networks can put aside the bullshit, stop having a dick measuring contest, a pissing contest, and put aside their egos and come together for the greater good. You know what I mean? Because Main Events normally works with HBO, but I would say it would probably at this moment be harder to make a Heyman fight with Golden Boy or Top Rank, right? You know what I'm saying? If no one's taking sides, and that's because they have like current pending lawsuits against Al Heyman, right? Kathy Duva in Main Events, they don't have that. They don't have a lawsuit against Al Heyman. They may not like the dude, but they don't have any kind of like ongoing litigation or lawsuit. So to wrap this up, it's an excellent fight. Powerhouses. It'd be impressive if they put Beterbiev in with a known killer like Kovalev. Now, he could have a psychological advantage being that he has 2 wins over him in the amateurs. But still, it's a risky fight without the pro level experience. Kovalev has some impressive names on his resume. Jean Pascal, he fought a mandatory yesterday. He beat Bernard Hopkins, a legend. So obviously, pro level experience. Beterbiev has some catching up to do. So let me know what you guys think. If this fight were to happen, I think it's fireworks, absolute barn burner, especially happening in Russia, and especially if they can come together and the guys already hate each other. There's that bad blood. Let's go. Let's see it. So hopefully they can figure out all the politics and the business side of it. But I think it can't happen. Let me know what you guys think if this fight were to happen. Excellent fight between 2 strong fighters at light heavy. And this will be for Russian bragging rights. Drop me a comment. Make sure you like my video. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.